All right, guys. All we got right now is Debo, left with shoulder. Got evaluated for head injury, but that was fine. Wasn't able to return. Go ahead.
Brock looked a little skittish tonight, but man, on that final drive, he went 6 of 7 for 48 yards and completed over 85% of his passes. What did you see from him tonight?
I think what you just said there, I think was almost the story of kind of our whole team. I think there was times that we were all off at times. What was cool, I thought everyone who had a few plays that stuck out that, either ended a drive or was why I didn't get a first down. The same thing on defense, even on special teams. But everyone who did do that stuff made a huge play at the end in all three phases to get us back into it. And Brock, he made some big plays in this game, missed a couple, but leading us down on that last drive and getting the win, that's all you can ask for.
Any initial
road to the Super Bowl? Obviously, you got one down, but you got some more to go. What will you focus on the most coming up this week in preparation, taking that performance?
We'll sit there and watch tomorrow, find out how we're going to play. We'll review this game on Monday. Coaches will work on for 2 days a game plan, and it's not just one area. We just want to play our best football. Do everything we can to play our best, so we feel we can win every game when we do that. We don't feel like we did that today, but we still found a way to win, which I'm very proud of the guys in there. I thought that was as big of a mental challenge and just a character game as any game I've been a part of. When things aren't going how you want on offense, defense, special teams, the rain, guys slipping a lot, losing Debo early, having to change some things with that, and just some of the mistakes we made to overcome. It was a gut check for everybody, and couldn't be more proud of the people in there and just how they persevered.
Any initial impression on the severity of Debo's?
I don't know yet. It's he tried to come back, couldn't do it. I know he did something similar versus Cleveland, so we'll see tomorrow.
Was there something specific that Green Bay was doing that was throwing off your offense a little bit? And did you adjust on that last series that you did anything different there?
No. They were very similar to what they were on tape, which is a real good defense. I think they got a lot of good players. You didn't realize till we got, studying these last, 2 weeks that how good of a defense they are. I know their numbers weren't there throughout the whole year, but we knew they were going to be a challenge going into this game. And they made some plays, credit to them, and I thought we missed a few too that could have kind of helped us stay on the field a little bit longer. Even starting out on the opening drive, we had a real good look. We ended up getting a false start that kind of took that away, and the next play we didn't have the same look, and fortunately they dropped that pick. But the whole day was just a little off, but guys stuck with it. And even like the the 2nd and 6 right there at the end, getting that drop leads us to 3rd and 6. And then BA made a hell of a play to keep us on the field. So everybody had their part in both sides of the ball.
Looking back, do you question your strategy to be less aggressive at the end of the first half and go for the 2-for-1?
I like that they didn't score. I like that we won at the end of the day. We did try to score. We had a chance there right after on 2nd down. Thought we had a chance for BA over the middle. Would have been a big play that got us inside the 10 with 2 shots to take it end zone. We didn't have the time to get it over the mic, and we ended up checking it down, and then we didn't get it. But that's how it works out. I thought we make sure they don't get another chance. But it's not like we were just playing for a field goal. We called for a big play. They played pretty deep.
How much did the rain impact your offense?
I thought, the rain is always a factor, but it was for both sides. I think the biggest thing was the turf, the field with the rain. There was I thought it affected defense a little bit more. Just watching, I saw Dre slip a couple times on one big 3rd down. I saw Mooney slip on a big 3rd down. I think it was Gipp once. I know Juwan slipped on a big 3rd down for us. The one that just went off his hands, he slipped. From what I saw out there right before that, so he couldn't really jump. So I think that the wetness with the new turf.
How stressful is it to be in that position, the number 1 seed? Packers are basically controlling the game, and it all comes down to one drive to win it.
Same as it always is, not because we're the 1 seed, just because you're in the playoffs. We've been in the playoffs a number of times, and you know what happens if you lose, and we feel we got a really good team. And we talked a lot about it last night. We know what's on the line. Anytime you play a game that's do or die, everyone knows what that's about, especially our guys. They've been through that a number of times in the last few years, and we all know what that feels like when you don't get it done. And that's on your mind throughout the week. That's always on your mind during the game. But that's why I'm so proud of the guys. When it's not going right and you know how big of a deal that is, you still got to perform. And the guys did big time. I mean, they got the plays that we needed to win. The play that Dre made there at the end to get the pick. I still have mixed emotions. I can't believe he didn't get down right away. But that was kind of like the whole day. I mean, all the guys I would get really upset with are also the guys I had a lot of love for at the end too, because they were the ones that pulled it off to get us the W.
Did you get any sense at all that the layoff? Did you get any sense at all that the layoff affected you guys, the time off?
I mean, I don't know. It's could have been that, could have been the rain, could be good defense, could be. But I mean, those are just stuff that you got to talk about. I thought we handled that as good as we could. I mean, we had a hard practice that week. We played guys as much as we could. I know we sat Brock, but and there's not much I would have done differently.
Dre Greenlaw seems to have a unique ability to make those big plays in those big situations. What can you say about the type of person that he is and what leads him to be able to do that?
Dre, I mean, just being able to play today. He's been battling here for these 2 weeks, trying to get back and get healthy for the game. And I mean, he inspires the heck out of all of us. The way he runs, the way he hits, for him to make those plays, catching the ball when they send both to him. He's really trying. I mean, we'll put him on offense if he really wants to run with the ball that bad. But he could definitely get down a lot sooner. Oh, yeah, it was.
You mentioned having to adjust when Devo went out early. How does that change things for you on the offense?
It changes a lot of stuff. I mean, especially when you have wristbands and things like that, and you know, you just got to switch some guys around, which is always a challenge for those guys. It happened during the Cleveland game, and we didn't handle it that well. I thought we handled it better today than we did then, but it is a huge challenge. I mean, it's. Debo's obviously one of our better players, but he also is a unique guy that goes to some certain spots. So you gotta be adjusting that all game.
You got the ball back with about 6-something left. Did you call it as if it was the last drive? Was that in your mind the whole time?
It was. I mean, at the beginning, it's not. I mean, you don't want to. You want to make it normal football. It always is normal football to me until you're out of timeouts and you realize the other team can kneel it. So. I mean, at first, we started moving it. Once it got to about 3.5, you realize it's probably going to be the last drive. But you also, I mean, to where we're going to use 4 downs if we get in that situation. But you also know when you have 3 timeouts that it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you can give it back to them with 1 minute if you use your 3 timeouts right and still have a chance. So, but towards the end, you knew it was the deal when we were inside the 10, and I think there was a minute 3 left, and you know, I think we scored it at a minute 7, and that's the hard thing where you don't want to score too fast, but you sure as hell want to score. So you can't be too picky with that.
Why do you call a run for Juwan Jennings?
Great question. Those are some of the challenges when something goes down and you call a wristband number, and forgot to tell him not to say Hezzy or not to read Hezzy. But sometimes we just Ron Burgundy our wristbands, and then you look up and Juwan's in the backfield and couldn't stop it.
Why Logan Ryan over Jair Brown?
When we knew that, we kind of decided that when, you know, Jair had missed about 4 weeks. You know, I think it was 2 games, but he had been out 4 weeks, and he's been awesome in practice. I love Jair. It has nothing to do with him. Just our experience of, you know, playoff games, being around this. I think it's a lot when you got a rookie who hasn't played in a month, who is a very passionate, aggressive player. I just don't want to put all that on him to have him go out in the playoff game and when he hasn't been out there for 4 weeks, and especially when we have a veteran behind him who could just calm down a little bit. And if things would have gone differently, we would have put Jair in right away, but we didn't want to do that really to Jair.
Christian and his knack to be able to finish off runs and get him into the end zone.
Oh, Christian's unbelievable. He told me coming out that play was going to score. It was called 18 Mike, and it was part of our openers. We didn't get to it till the second drive, but he goes, that Mike's going to go, it's going to score. Now, we didn't get the exact look we wanted, but so we were a little surprised on it, but Christian was right. He was a man of his word.
How about the resilience of your kicker to miss and then come back in a pressure game like this and make a big one?
That's huge. I mean, you know, the one that, getting the one blocked earlier and just get into, I think it was a 52-yarder. It was tough. We probably would have gone for it if it wasn't. What was it, 4th and like 9.5? It was one that we were planning on going for it, but 9.5 seemed a little far, and it was in his range. And I definitely would have wished I went for it if he missed it. And so he made it, and that helps me a lot. Really appreciate him doing that because that's why we were able to win there at the end.
The people you have in that room, there's every reason to think that you could come back and win a game like that, like this, but you hadn't had to all year, really. Not quite like that. What does it? So what does it say? What does it mean going forward that you have now, other than you're obviously playing next week?
I just like that we get another week with our team. I mean, every game's different. It's what we always talk about. I mean, we have a lot of confidence in our team. We believe we're the number one seed. We believe we earned that. We believe we should be that, but it doesn't matter for 3 hours. You got to play like it every week, and that's one of the best things about the NFL and football, that if you don't show up, your season's over. And it's not just showing up. You got to take care of that football. And we got 2 turnovers today. I'm real proud of our guys for not turning it over back, but we did have a block kick. Had a couple missed plays which we were slipping and, ball's getting tipped. But I'm just so proud of the guys that when things weren't perfect, with all the pressure, with everything on the line, they were so good to perform and get it done.
Do you feel a lot of pressure in that moment, like as you personally experience it? Are you miserable, or are you zoned in and not thinking about it?
It's more angry. It's more. I want to describe it the way. No, I mean, when you're in competition, it's a battle. You're aggressive. It's not. You don't think of it that way. You know how big a deal things are, but it's more. You're aggressive. You stay that way, and you got to be careful sometimes, because when things aren't going well, and you keep that mindset, you can't just stay aggressive and think that's going to work. I mean, you got to still always try to be smart, play it right, but you never take away that mindset. You wait till the game's over, and then you can worry about everything and react however you want to react. But in a game, that doesn't change.
Until the final throw, was Brock just off, or were there miscommunications with receivers? Like, what was going on with the passing game?
Which play?
A lot of plays.
Yeah.
A lot of.
No, I know. Then I'd have to give you a lot of answers, so we'd have to watch every play. But
Combination
a combination of what?
of what I just said, like the inaccuracies and.
I mean, there's D linemen you got to throw over and stuff. Sometimes the guy hooks up in a zone and you think they're going to move and you can't see him, so it just gets off fingertips. I think that third down that him and Ray, we had a swirl route. Ray beat the guy hard at the beginning of the line, and I don't know if he thought he should put his hand up going to the corner, but Brock threw a swirl, so there's a couple things in that I think he went to an off schedule and Brock threw it in rhythm. So those things showed up without a doubt, but I also like some of the plays that the guys made. I mean, being able to drop it in over that mic to Jawan on that, I think it was a big third down. The 2nd and 6, it was a big one that we were trying to go deep and they were too deep, and we checked it down to George, and who made a bunch of big plays in this game, but he took his eyes off it, tried to get up the field too fast to move the chains and dropped one, which leads you to 3rd and 6, and they had real tight coverage on BA, and Brock threw a perfect low ball away that's really tough to catch, and BA went down and got it. So, no, by no means was it perfect. I was very frustrated, but also extremely proud, and really pumped that we get to play another week.
Can you share with us what you said to the guys after this game?
I just told them how proud I was of them. Like, they knew the deal. I didn't have to say much. I mean, we knew that didn't go as clean as we wanted it to in all 3 phases. There wasn't one phase that was just like, man, we made that easy. Every phase was, all 3 of the phases was a little bit, felt like we were keeping both teams in the game. But felt we had to do it at the end. They gave us a couple chances before that, and we didn't get it done, and we got it done there at the end, and the defense was back up, who had a couple times that they had missed stuff, and they had to get it done on that last drive, and they got it done when it mattered the most, and that's why we're sitting here with the win, and going to sit here and watch these games tomorrow, find out how we're playing, and so excited to get ready for the next challenge.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
ball back, 6+ minutes left, knowing you got to score a touchdown. What was going through your mind?
Just one play at a time. I think I like our team because I think we're built for those moments. I mean, we didn't play well at all and still had a chance at the end, and to go out there and execute at the end, it's a sign of a high-character team. We just got to correct our mistakes for this next week.
It was a gut-check win for you guys. I mean, as you said, there's a lot of adversity in this game. What do you think you guys can take out of this game into the next round?
I think just the ability to persevere when you're not playing well, for one. I think that game just felt off, pretty much the whole game until the end there. And so to be able to persevere through the adversity and to have mature guys on the team who can, strap up and go out there and find a way to get a win at the end, it's a sign of a good team even when you're playing bad.
Why was it all? Do you feel like it was the layoff that made you have a hard time getting started? Or?
I don't know what the reasons were. I think it's in playoff football is tough. I think sometimes when you have a little time off, it's hard to replicate football. You can call it that, but we'll never know for sure. I don't like making huge, broad statements after games until I've seen the tape. But it's just little things here and there that I know we can get corrected.
How would you describe the emotion of the team in the locker room after the game?
Really happy. Anytime you win a playoff game, it's exciting. No matter how you do it, the win is the most important thing. And I love those guys in that locker room and just proud to go to work with them.
You thought the team is built for these moments. You haven't been in these moments this year at all where you have to really cut too much. We have to come from behind and win a game. What did you see from the team during that last drive, and what made you believe that?
I just think no one hesitated. I think we know that we have a lot of talent. We know that if we execute, we can move the ball down the field. And I think it's important when you're, might be in a lull to not make one mistake too. And I think our team did a good job. And Brock did a hell of a job on that drive. Juwan made an amazing catch. George made a couple great plays. Brock made a great play with his legs, and the O-line just continued to grind, and it was a great finishing drive.
You said your long touchdown run that you told them that you were going to score on that play. What was it about that play that you liked so much? What did you see?
I don't know. I was hoping I was right. And it worked out. So, I like that play. Anytime we can get juice in the dot and run downhill, I'm always a fan of that. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I like the play, and I don't know. Sometimes you can speak things into existence, I guess.
Was it hard to run laterally and make that one cut up field on that surface tonight? It seemed like people were slipping.
It was a little slippery. I think they did a good job, doing a lot to try to stop our run too, especially early. But those games, I think, as a runner, when they have a lot of guys on the line, you never know which play is going to be the long one. And they were mixing a lot of things up and giving different looks. So they did a good job. That was a good defense. And but as far as the surface, it was definitely slippery at times. But no excuses.
Did they catch you by surprise or not?
No, not at all. No, that's a hell of a football team, and we're in the playoffs in the NFL. So there's no surprises this stage in the game.
Given your position, what do you make of Dre Greenlaw's running ability?
Yeah, he's got an unbelievable amount of broken tackles on his picks this year. Does a great job. I was hoping he'd get down a little earlier, but he did run off 7 seconds. So, it's amazing how many guys he makes miss. Ball security's, I don't know, but just glad he's on our team.
Yeah. Like maybe not the right direction, or is that an issue?
Hey, ball's in your hands, man. You go make a play. You see what he sees. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See what I can do here.
Would you have gone down, or would you have tried to break all those tackles?
You know what's funny is I'm right there for the interception, and I see Superman Dre Greenlaw come out of nowhere and snag it. I'm like, yes! I don't even look at him. I turn around, I start looking at the crowd, and then I turn around, I see 57 just running around, swimming with the football like this. I'm like, oh, heavens. But you know what? I went up to him afterward. I'm like, why didn't you go down? He's like, I wanted to pick 6 like we talked about. Trey, that's not. Oh, what a win. What a win.
What is the sense in the locker room? Is it relief? How do you guys feel after a game like that where you just were pushed to the edge by that team?
Yeah, we feel exhausted. I mean, that took everything. It took everyone, and we knew it'd be a close game. I mean, that's a heck of a team, and they gave us everything. And this is the playoffs. We knew we had to find a way to win no matter what. And I think, obviously, we wanted to go out there. We wanted to win in a big way where it wasn't that close. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like, man, that's how you got to get it done. You know, we talk about it all the time. Grimy wins. That's as grimy as it gets. I think that's going to help us going forward, knowing that it doesn't matter what type of game it is, we can win anyway. So that's a big time win right there by our team.
6 of their 8.
Which one?
6 of their 8 trips, I think they got inside in the red zone, and they only finished with 21 points. Like, how were you guys able to kind of bow up and keep them from getting into the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, it was unacceptable, you know, the way that we were playing them to start the drives. I mean, we kept giving up explosive plays, and I got to look at it to see exactly what was going on. But you mentioned it, standing up in those red zone opportunities was crucial because, I mean, imagine if we're giving up touchdowns instead of field goals or, you know, we came up big with that missed field goal at the end. But, you know, that's something we got to clean up. Would love to look at it and watch it off a win rather than a loss at home.
You know, it's a tight group of guys for sure. Does a win like that, I don't know, bring you guys a little closer together or unite the room a little bit more?
Yeah, of course. I mean, anytime you go through hard things together as a group, that's going to harden you. That's going to bring you closer. And if we're ever in that situation again, then we know that we can look at each other in the eye and know that we can get it done no matter what.
Fred, understanding this game just ended, but is there anything you can take away from how it went or to turn the page to next week and how you guys prepare and get ready?
Yeah, I mean, we look at it as an opportunity to correct a lot of different things, even though, I mean, yeah, great that we won, but, I mean, shoot, we would love to go into the NFC Championship game firing much more effectively, executing at a higher level, you know, doing things the way that we know that we can and that we're capable of doing. I mean, yeah, it's great we won, but shoot, so much to correct and get better at going into this next game. So, great opportunity.
At what point did you kind of sense that maybe this was, as other teammates have described, it's just kind of a day that was not going your guys' way?
You said, when did I sense that?
Is there this time you guys might have sensed that? Was it pre-game, early in the game, or just maybe things seemed off?
Not at all. I thought things were great all the way through. You know, I think at half we knew that even though we were up, I think, 7-6, that we gave them that 6 that shouldn't even been that close, I feel like. And I'm sure the offense would say the same thing. There was some opportunities where they missed some opportunities in that first half. But regardless, I'm like, it's a playoffs. Like, this is how it goes. It's going to be a hard-fought game all the way through. You know, I think when we went down late in the game, it was about how do we find just a way to make a play to ultimately get us this win and keep chopping until we make it happen.
Thank you, Brad. We got a drag here.
One more.
Were you scared?
Was I scared?
Yeah. The game's kind of out of your hands, and the offense has scored touchdowns.
I mean, I think I saw us dunk it down to Christian, I think with 4 minutes left and the clock's ticking down, and then I'm telling the sideline, like, hey, this is our final drive. You know, we got to get a touchdown, and then we're going to be back up to get a stop to win the game. So there was no, like, offense could go 3 and out, or, like, they had to score, you know, or else the game's over. So it is what it is. We won. See ya.
Second pick, did you hear people yelling, get down, get down?
Oh, yeah, I heard him. But Fred told me I was supposed to get a pick 6. So, I mean, it was kind of his fault because he told me, he was like, man, you getting a pick six. So I was trying to get one every time I got that ball. But, yeah, I know I need to go down.
Can you walk us through the play? What'd you see and how'd you come up with that one?
I mean, it's men left. We know they're trying to get the ball deep and get in the field goal range. So, I mean, we just playing deep and short. And my guy went to the flat, so I was able to just have eyes on QB a little bit. And I saw him just throwing across his body and just able to make a play.
Kyle said if you want to run the ball so much, you should ask him to play offense. So are you going to lobby for
What was that? I'm sorry.
Kyle said if you want to run the ball so much as you did in that last play, you should ask him to play offense.
Oh, yeah, put me out there. That's why he was doing high school.
You've been battling this Achilles thing for a while, and at various times in the season it's been obvious that you've been hampered by certain things. But to get out there today and make a difference in the playoff game, how good did that feel for you?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to sit out for nothing. I mean, I wasn't going to sit out this game for anything. But, yeah, I mean, it definitely felt great just knowing that, you battled from all this, barely practiced all week, and got a chance to go out there and make some plays. So, I mean, I'm just doing it for my teammates. I know they wanted me to play, and I know I wanted to play. So, yeah, I was going to make sure I did everything to get in this game.
You guys have talked a lot about the bad taste in your mouth from last year's NFC Championship game, and it's not so easy to get to them. So how does it feel now that you actually are going back?
I mean, it feels good, especially when you got a game like that and you put so much work in, and they're a good offense as well, so they're a good team. So, I mean, it was a battle, so it makes them more deserving whenever you go and you battle-tested and you got to go against, playing a game like that. So I'm excited, and I just want to get the job done. So we'll go out there and we'll try to get the job done this time.
When was your last 2-interception game?
Definitely college versus A&M, so, yeah, my senior year.
Dre's second drive of the game, they go for it on 4th and inches with the quarterback sneak. Did you know that was coming, and what were you looking for to make that stop on Love?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I mean, we had kind of practiced it all week, and we was prepared for it. Kind of got that little brotherly shove, kind of like how the Eagles got a little bit. So, I mean, we was prepared for it. We saw it on film. And then, once they got in that formation, we knew what time it was. And my job is just to go hit the quarterback in the shoulder, not in the head. So, yeah.
I know how much you believe in your locker mate, Brock Purdy. What'd you think? I mean, he had a rough day, but, man, 6 of 7 on that final drive. He dug deep and came up huge.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't pretty on both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? They got good guys. They had a real good team. Young guys that's hungry, is trying to make some plays. So they did a really good job on defense, And, I mean, for us, we just had to go out there and do our job and execute. We knew that they were going to go out there and they were going to get some confidence to go out there and get the job done. So the whole time, I mean, we were on the sideline that final drive. I mean, we had confidence in them the whole time. You know what I mean? You got Juwan, you got Debo, you got Ayuk, you got Kittle, you got Christian McCaffrey. Like, one of them guys going to get the ball and score. So we just know that once they did that we was going to have to get a stop, man. So, I mean, everybody got stuff they messed up on, but he came up big whenever we needed him to, and that's what he's been doing all year.
How do you use this game to get ready for next week's NFC Championship?
Yeah, I mean, you got to look from it. You got to learn from it. You got to, watch the film just like you do any other game, and, just keep that confidence rolling and going into next week. And yeah, you just go out there and just play your ball. We ain't got to do nothing special or do nothing different. We just got to go be ourselves and play ball.
You were officially questionable to play this game. I assumed you had no doubt you were going to play, but did you have to battle through something? Were you playing through pain?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody's playing through pain, though. So, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to make sure you're out there on the field. So, I mean, I went to treatment all week, early in the morning, 6:30. So, I mean, I did it. And, luckily those guys got me, good enough to go and play. You got a bye week, stayed for the bye week, and just got healthy. So, I mean, it paid off. Appreciate y'all.
To be on the sideline with the game on the line and you see your offense take the field?
It's a terrible feeling, just not having any control over it, but I definitely have faith in Kyle and everybody on our offense to get it done. We needed a win like that, I feel like.
Why Why do you think that?
Hmm?
Why do you feel like you need to win?
We just haven't come from behind in a while. It's a really good team and really good coaching, and it just helps you get more battle tested.
How would you assess your performance?
Mine? I mean, it was a grind. I think I left everything out there, and I was getting to the quarterback a little bit. He was getting rid of it. There was a lot of chips. Didn't really get into the game that we wanted to play as a D-line. Wanted to get some points and kind of have a lead there to really get after him. But he was getting rid of it, and he's a really good quarterback. So.
Were you among those screaming at Dre Greenlaw to get down?
Yeah. I took my helmet off, I think.
What's it going to mean for you guys to host the NFC title game? Third time in 3 years, but the first time since 2019 it'll be here in front of the faithful.
It's going to be awesome. We love the faithful, love the energy in the stadium, and just enjoy this for a very short period of time. I think we're going to have an extra day to get right and come out and play a lot cleaner.
How much of this was a character win for you guys? I mean, you guys haven't had too many games like this to,
Yeah, like I said, we needed that.
Did you guys have to make some cleat changes, or did you at halftime or anything? It seemed like slip.
I didn't, no. I wasn't slipping.
You say the team needed, do you think Brock kind of needed a win like this?
Yeah, I feel like it's all learning experiences, and I think the offense and the defense made a lot of mistakes that we need to clean up if we want to win.
Do you feel like the defense has grown this season in containing mobile quarterbacks?
Yeah, we've had a lot of experience against it. Love wasn't quite as much of a threat in that department as some of the other guys we played, but it's the way the league's going. So.
You say it wasn't a pretty mistakes, some busts in coverage. Does that surprise you that at this stage of the season you're having some of those?
It's tough. It's good coaching. I think a lot of the plays they ran were kind of saved for us, not saved for us, but new, not on tape. And you're playing really good teams this time of year, but we definitely need to hone in on the details and improve.
That final play where Dre gets the interception, you got pressure there. Can you just kind of take us through your viewpoint of what you saw, and then were you screaming for him to get down as well?
Yeah, it was a game we ran, and I kind of got caught up with the guard and the tackle inside. Eric was wrapping, but they kept the chipper in, so he couldn't wrap and get pressure. And I saw him break, and I was out of there to go hit him.
Nick, with a win like today, so where you say it wasn't very pretty, do you go home tonight and automatically go into watching film and figuring out how to clean it up for the next morning, or do you just celebrate?
Not too much celebration, but I'll probably watch it just to see what happened. I like to watch it after. Yeah.
Nick, is the feeling after this one more relief than anything else?
Yeah, it was for sure. I mean, just this group that we have, I did not want this to end, and nobody did, and we made the plays we needed to.
Do you allow yourself to drink a beer when you're watching the film after a game?
Beer doesn't really do it for me right now. Yeah, maybe something else, but.
Adversity in this game, and it wasn't one of your better games, but then that final drive, you really locked in and made a number of plays. Was it hard to block out kind of the early part of the game and focus in that final sequence, that final drive?
I mean, yeah, there's, obviously plays that you think about as the game goes on, like, man, I could have been better here. I could have hit that guy who was open. You got to just be better on third down. Like, all that kind of stuff can run through your mind. But, man, it's a testament to our team because the defense got a stop at the end, field goal kicker missed.
And it's like we had what we wanted right in front of us, and so you have to clean the slate. You have to have a clean mind and not try to force anything. Take what the defense gives you, and find a way, man. We had time on the clock, so it's not like you got to be a superhero, make a play or anything. It's do what we call the quarterback pack tells you, and go through the progressions and find a way.
Your ball placement wasn't as precise as it normally is. Was the rain an issue for you? Did it impact you?
Yeah, I mean early on, obviously I put on the glove for the first drive. It was coming down and then it sprinkled, so I took it off. So I was still trying to sort of figure out what I wanted to do, and I was sort of fed up with the glove, so I just obviously was throwing like I normally do, and there was some times where I'm dropping back, ball's a little wet from the grass, sort of affected some accuracy and stuff. But dude, that's football, so I got to be better in that area.
What was clicking on that final drive that didn't click throughout most of the rest of the game?
Man, I think, at the end of the day, I think I was just able to go through progressions and like I said, get to the check down efficiently, and move the chains and stay up rather than get behind. Obviously, we got to a third down. BA was clutch on it and made a great play, and you need that throughout a drive. But, I think early on in the game, there was just moments where, the check down was there and I was missing the check downs. And so, when their defense did a good job with playing soft, keeping everything in front of them, sort of taking away our shots and stuff. And as a quarterback, man, you got to be efficient and hit the checkdowns. And so at the end, I was able to do that. O-line did a great job. Boys did a great job in getting open, and we found a way.
I'm sure it's less stressful for you to have big leads and things like that going in the fourth quarter. But, to get a comeback win like this, was it important for you to get one of those under your belt, and how can it be beneficial for you?
Yeah, I think it is important. Earlier this year, we had games like Cleveland and Minnesota and Cincinnati at one point. You're down and you got to find a way. It's fourth quarter. It's the NFL. And then obviously we're in the postseason now, so we were all like, all right, this is it. This is our season. And so for us to capitalize like that was huge for all of us. And then obviously for myself as a quarterback, it's good for confidence and all that. But we have too many good players, man, on this team. So many players that are difference makers, and we got a great defense. And so for us to not find a way, it's not right. So for us to finally have a game like this and pull through at the end was huge for all of us. So, yeah.
There's been so much talk about getting back to the NFC Championship game, and Kyle Juszczyk actually got a little bit emotional about it in the locker room, talking about it. So for you, what does it mean to kind of get another crack at it?
At the NFC Championship? Yeah. Man, it's been a fast year. Obviously it didn't end how we wanted it to last year, but, we've taken it 1 week at a time. We were all in this week. Green Bay is a great team, and so to be able to pull through and finish that, for us to get back to the NFC Championship, obviously I think guys are healthy for the most part after this game, and we won it. We've been thinking about it. It's been sort of in the back of our minds. Like last year we had a team to do it, and we feel like obviously we didn't have a real opportunity at it after the quarterbacks got hurt in that game. So, yeah, I think we're really excited for it. But we're going to take it one day at a time, find out who we play tomorrow, and be ready to roll for it.
I talked to Junior Bryant yesterday. He spoke about the identity of this team, and being that he talked about the weather, said that could pose a problem for you guys, but he thought that you guys had the identity to push through any adversity. Is that kind of the sentiments that you guys are echoing right now in the locker room? Is that how you guys feel, knowing that Junior Bryant, a former Niner, says that about you? Is that what you guys see in each other?
100%, yeah. Like I said, it's the NFL, it's football. They have to deal with it too. It's not just our team's going to go through it. It's everybody who's on the field. So at the end of the day, man, I'm so excited and proud that we got it done in all aspects. The defense did their thing when it mattered most. The offense did at the end. Special teams did a great job. So for us, it's like, man, it's football. Weather's going to happen, and you got to find a way, and we did. So that's like the character of this team. That's what we stand for, and we all got each other's back. It's not always pretty, but, man, we got each other's back. We got some real love in this locker room, and everyone wants to play for each other. So, yeah.
On the throw to Ayuk over the middle on that last drive there, where are you trying to put that, and what kind of catch did he make?
On the third down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it was man. I saw that, the middle of the field was open, and that's where he was going. He did a great job of getting inside leverage and making his break. Obviously, it was tight coverage, and for me, it was like, all right, just try to put it out in front of him and have it just be him be able to get it, and he did. He did a great job of getting underneath it and not let the ball hit the ground. So, BA's a baller, man. I'm proud of him.
Real quick, why was it such a struggle to get Ayuk the ball in this game? He's been so good all season.
Honestly, just the play, that's just sort of how the play calls go, man. It's not like we're going to get BA so many touches or anything. If it presents itself, it presents itself. But, I think, like I said, Green Bay did a good job with just, keeping everything in front of him. BA is a guy that can make explosive plays, and we have him dialed up for those kinds of plays. And, like I said, Green Bay sort of just made me go to the check down pretty quick, and they did a good job with covering BA. But BA also got open on some plays that I think I could hit him. And then, obviously, at the end, we were able to connect well. So that's the game.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Howdy.
How much was this comeback win, given like your character, like a character builder, and what it meant for you guys?
Winning's fun. Being able to win in adversity when things aren't going your way, it's something you have to learn as a team. And if you look back at this season compared to like 2019, every single game that we played kind of seemed like it was like the stress was as high as possible. We had to figure out how to win every single game. Something bad would happen, and we still figure out how to win. This season, it was we basically blew everybody out, and then the close games we didn't win. And so it's like, okay, well, what a better time to learn how to win a gritty game than in the playoffs. Just a little bit of stress here and there for everybody. But just incredibly proud of this team. We didn't play the way that we wanted to the entire game, but when the most critical moments happened, it was the defense stepped up when they had to, the offense stepped up when they had to, and made a kick when we had to. So just overall could have been better, but eventually got the win. You don't get two in a row, man. There's a lot of people in here, man. You can come back.
Were you yelling for Dre to get down on that second?
I think the whole stadium was yelling. I think I could hear you guys up there yelling him to get down. Yeah, see, they were in the back. Goodness gracious. You know what? I was like, dude, Dre, what are you playing backyard football? Oh my goodness, like the game, just go down. Especially like every time he cut, it was like an NBA crossover. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, that might have been the most stressful part of the night was his interception, both of them. Didn't want to follow the convoy. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll learn from it.
George, how did the dynamics of the offense change when Debo's out, and how concerned are you if he can play next week?
Debo's a fantastic football player. He's amazing, especially the things that we ask him to do. When Debo's when he's in there and you can like match him with Christian, you can switch him around and stuff like that. It makes our offense what I think is different than any other offense in the NFL. So my concern for him not playing next week, we're a different team without Debo. However, we still have a lot of really talented people on this offense and in the building, regardless. So losing was definitely tough, and we had a lot of stuff ready for Debo and Christian to kind of mix and mingle. And when you lose that, it's kind of hard to do. Juwan got a carry on the first play of the second half. I don't really know where that came from, but as I turned around, it was a tough block on the front side for me and Trent. They shot the gaps and stuff like that, but I turn around, I see Juwan on the ball. I was like, what play did we just call? Like, oh my goodness gracious! But hey, he knew where to line up, he knew what to do, and it would have been amazing if he would have broke a tackle and gone all the way. But it didn't happen. But yes, Debo's a huge part of this team. We'll see what happens.
At any point today, did your wife tell you not to wear that?
She wore the exact same outfit. Yeah, you don't like it? Thanks, man. Thank you. That's crazy, man. Well, I disagree. I think Larry likes it. Levi's made the whole thing for him. It's kind of, all my favorite things. I'll remember that one, Grant.
You mentioned winning blowouts a lot this year, not having games like this. For Brock specifically, how important is it to get a come-from-behind win like this under his belt?
Well, I think winning's winning, right? But if you can find out a bunch of different ways to do it, I think that's best for your football team. Put guys, add stress, add pressure. I would love to win every game by 3-4 touchdowns. That would be awesome. A lot less stress in the fourth quarter. But to apply pressure, to this team in the dire situations and to be able to come out on top and rely on the guys that we need to make plays and our best players making plays when they need to, that's huge for just the confidence of this football team moving forward.
Juwan Jennings, him coming back, and then also having Chris Conley step in.
Yeah. Huge.
About those two veterans coming back and helping you out when Debo's
I mean, Juwan's wonderful. Like, he's going to throw his body around the block. He catches everything that you throw at him. He runs the ball now, apparently. And but really, like, how about that third down? Was it a third down across the middle and Brock just feathered that over? Oh my goodness gracious! So yeah, for Juwan, he made a bunch of really good plays for us tonight. And then Chris Conley, who's out there, and a lot of the time he's just running deep routes to try to get the coverage to drop so we can hit guys underneath that. And he does that at 100% effort every single time. You see him on the practice field. He does all the scout team reps. He does our reps. He's just an ultimate grinder, and that's what you want, on your football team. You want guys that just love the game and they want to go out there and do whatever they can to help the team win. And then finally, when your number's called, take advantage of the opportunity. That's exactly what he did tonight. I'm just very happy for him. And Juwan's just being Juwan, which is really fun for us.
Obviously, a lot of attention on the fourth quarter heroics, but looking back early in the game, after the fourth down stop, and then you guys to come all the way back and score a touchdown on the ensuing possession, just kind of how critical was that? Just staying in the game.
Say it one more time.
Early in the game,
Yeah.
the fourth down stop on defense.
That was huge.
You guys came back, scored the touchdown.
Oh, that one?
On your play, how important was that to kind of answer the way the game had started and kind of keep some momentum?
Yeah, I mean, like, they started off hot. Anytime a team's like, hey, we want the ball, that's not really what, analytics will tell you to do. Everyone's like, hey, defer it so you can get to the second half. When a team does that and they want it, they go down there, get points on the board. All it is, especially for like a young team who's very confident in themselves and they have a lot of momentum, like, it just adds to the momentum for them. And so when you throw it out, hey, we go out there and we sputter after like 5 or 6 plays and we have to punt, it's like all the momentum's on their side. So for our defense to get a fourth down stop and us to go score, it kind of halted the brakes on that. And then it was a little bit, more even of a football game throughout that. I don't want to say even, it was just like the momentum just kind of seemed like it wasn't in a full throttle for them.
George, did you ever feel like this thing was slipping away from you? That, you come in with all the pressure being the number 1 seed and the Packers just stayed around and seemed to control this game?
Slipping away, no. Definitely felt like, our offense wasn't, as rhythmic as it usually is. Our defense, you can call it what it is. You can go watch the tape. It probably wasn't our best game of football that we've played all year. So slipping away, no. I mean, we're within 1 score, I'm pretty sure, the whole time, right? So we have a lot of guys that can go for 75 yards, so I'm never really worried about that. One defender slips and, hey, Ayuk's going 75 yards, Christian's going 75 yards. So never like slipping away. It was more of we know the type of team that we have, guys. Go out there and just do what you can do on every single play. And I'm very confident in our abilities to go down there and get a win, and that's ultimately what happened on that last drive. So,
how excited are you to be back in the NFC Championship, thinking about what happened last year and the video that went out where there was a lot of frustration and you kept telling the players, like, what do you expect me to do? Just roll over and die. So obviously you're really excited about it. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
I feel great right now. Very happy. Winning is awesome, especially in the playoffs, especially at home. I don't have to fly anywhere. Yeah, I mean, when you win the playoffs, it's a big deal. It's hard to do. Everybody in the playoffs is a good football team. You saw that tonight. Green Bay took advantage of a lot of things that we didn't do well. I honestly don't really think about last year's NFC Championship game. We got a pretty different team and, a lot of the same guys, but, it's a different season. So I don't really dwell on that too much. I'm just excited for the opportunity to get one step closer to, like, your goal when you're as a kid is to get to the NFL and win a Super Bowl. All right, that's been my goal ever since I was like 5 years old. When I was 6 years old, I was playing catch in the backyard with my dad, and he's throwing me Super Bowl game-winning touchdown passes. Like, that's what that's been my dream forever. So to be one step closer to that, and I'm not looking that far ahead. Like, hey, we have a hell of a game coming up next week. We had 8 days until then, but excited just for the opportunity to go play in it again. And what are we like? We've won it once, we've lost it twice. So hey, let's get another win. Tracy, turn your flash off. Jeez.